How the hell has he got 26 plants? Thought we were friends. Can't believe it. 26 plants. Already. What the... Hello everyone, and welcome back again. So, I've just watched Robert's video on his single seed potato challenge, and he has got 26 plants already. How the hell he's managed to do that, I do not know, but well done. I take my hat off to you, Robert. We're going to have a look through what I've got here today. I'm going to try and split a couple up and also attempt to take some cuttings. I would like them to be a little bit taller before doing this, but I just can't let Robert go ahead and have 26 plants and me be stuck with 6. That is just not happening. So we'll start by having a look at what hasn't come up. So out of the 9 chits that we originally split the potato into, there was 3 that never came up. The pieces of potato are still in there. They haven't rotted away. As you can see, this one just here, and there is what looks to be a bit of growth on that. So I am going to leave them in these pots just in case. But there's 3 there that never came up. They can just stay back here out the way for now. And then we've got the 6 that did come up. We've got 2 still in smaller pots. These were a lot later coming up than the others, clearly. And then we've got 4 in larger pots, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of growth on these, but I would like them to be a bit taller and a little bit more bushy before doing this, but we're gonna have a go anyway. These 2 I'm going to divide into 2, because as you can see, there's 2 shoots on this one and the same on this one, although I might just repot this and let it grow on a bit first. We'll see how it is when we take it out the pot, and then we're going to attempt to take some cuttings off these 4 plants. So that should double up on everything, giving us 12 plants rather than 6. Fingers crossed. Right, so we'll start with the 2 smaller ones first. I'm going to put them into these 9cm pots. I'll just fill these up. I'm just using the clover multi-purpose here. Nothing added into this as of yet. So we'll start off with this one. It's a bit bigger than that one, should be a bit easier. I'm going to be giving the roots a dusting of mycorrhizal as we go. Get that ready. Right, so you can see there's quite a lot of roots on this, so I'm going to try and do this as cleanly as possible. Got a nice sharp knife. We've just got through the potato there. That's one done. Just do exactly the same with this, being careful not to snap it. I just watched Jimmy's video. His are looking really good as well. I think he's got 9 or 10. Nick, the gardener, his are looking really well as well. And there's a couple others. Peach Mouth, watched his one. His are looking quite good as well, considering that he left the chits in the greenhouse to cook. Right, that's 2 done. This one could be a little bit more difficult, but we'll pop it out the pot, have a look, see if it's got a good root system on it. It shouldn't be too bad. Right. So what I don't want to do is break it in the wrong place, so I'm just going to tease all this compost off the roots completely, just so there's no weight pulling them down. Less chance of breaking them. So as you can see there's the chit. We do have roots on either side, so we are going to be able to cut this one up as well. Just going to carefully get through the actual potato. And hopefully that should be okay. Fingers crossed. Just really hope this works, because somebody needs to do something about Robert and his 26 plants. There's still plenty of time, still very early days yet, but that also means that he's got plenty of time to be taking more cuttings as well. Right, as you can see, that's main bit of root on there, and then we've got that little piece of potato there left over. And I'm just going to leave that just so it's just sticking out. Hopefully that should be okay. Quick look at this. I don't think that's going to grow to anything, but we will pop it in a pot just in case. That can just go with the other 3, and if anything comes of it, I will be sure to let you know. So that is those 2 split up and now into 4. Where can I put these out the way? So next up we'll do the larger ones. Now I'm going to repot these into 5 litre pots, but first we're going to try and take some cuttings off them. So we'll start off with this one. As you can see, I'm getting quite a lot of side growth here. So I'm just going to take the top off this plant, just above this node here, leaving this node and this node, and they can be where that is where roots should start to form, and hopefully that's where we're going to get all our growth from. So I've got these pots that have humidity domes that just clip on. I think they might be too small, but we're going to try it anyway. So a nice sharp knife, preferably sterilised, but hey ho. You can see I've got a little bit of water damage on this leaf from watering during the day. It's best to go like this. Is it going to be there? And just cut that on a 45-degree angle. Snip that leaf off there. Water, donkey, water, water. So that is what we're ending up with, and this is where we're hoping that the roots are going to start to grow. All I'm going to do is dip it in some water. I've got some natural rooting powder. This is one of the cheapest ones that you can buy. It's like £5 for a little pot like this. Just going to dip the plant in the powder. And this trick I learnt from Nick the gardener, but if you push it down on the edge of the pot, there's less chance of this edge drying out, and you can see if it starts to shoot roots, you'll see it along the edge of the pot. And it's what you can do, is just clip the tops of these leaves. That way might be able to get the lid on this. Just about. And I'll just give that a good misting. Now it's important to make sure that there's plenty of moisture in here, humidity and moisture on the leaves, because that is where they will be uptaking their water from now, as they don't have roots, so they won't be taking any moisture from the bottom here. They'll take it all in from the top. So I'll just leave that half open and plonk that there for now. And that is what we're left with. So hopefully that should heal over nicely, and these should now become our main shoots. So I'll do exactly the same now with these other three. This one's a little bit taller, a little bit easier to navigate, but I'll go for the third node down and cut it about here. Give us 2 in the ground. 1, 2, 3. And just chop that bottom leaf off. Right there. I've noticed a couple of people haven't had much luck with them either. I didn't think I was going to end up with any after seeing the bad bits on the potato when I received it, but they did come up eventually. They took a lot longer than I thought they would have. But they've come up eventually, and hopefully we should be able to get plenty of cuttings off these and catch up to Robert. with a bit of luck. I think Nick the gardener is going to be one to watch out. Feel like he's hiding something with his. It's holding him back. Steve Digwell as well. Keep saying that his aren't growing very much, but they seem to be looking okay. And he's always got some sort of trick up his sleeve. I've not really done as much as what I could have with these. I have neglected them a bit. Just had so much going on. You tend to forget about certain things. Right, well, that worked out quite well. So we've managed 4 cuttings, split the 2 into 4, so we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 now. All that's left to do now is repot these larger ones. And whilst we're repotting them, we'll have a look, see if there's any chance of getting anything else out of them. And if any of you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so. It costs absolutely nothing, helps out the channel a great deal. I'm exactly 50% of my viewers are subscribed, so half of you aren't. Right, let's have a look here. I'm just going to peel away this top layer, just to have a look, see what we've got underneath, see if there's any way I might be able to split this bottom piece off here. Oh no. No, I don't think we will. I was hoping to see some roots coming out of here, and then we might have been able to cut that bit off and get another cutting out of it, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that with this one. But we'll get it potted up nonetheless. And I'm wanting to go as deep as I can with these. I would be planting them into their final position, but it is currently 11:30 at night. I really wanted to get this video done, and these have been in the polytunnel, so I'm a bit worried that if I just put them straight outside, that weather might get to them. So I've buried that right the way up to where I've done my cut, just leaving that point sticking out and 1 or 2 of the shoots sticking out on there. As I was saying earlier, literally just watched Jimmy's video just before this, and his are looking really good. He's managed to get quite a few out of his. He mentioned about me doing this challenge, saying that it should be quite easy to think of 30 different videos. Yes, it's quite easy to think of 30 different videos. It's just getting the time to film them, and then it's the editing and the uploading as well. Oh, crap. Too much compost in there. But I definitely think it's doable. We are motoring on through them. Say a couple of them might just be a bit later on in the day, depending how the editing goes. Because it's like this one, I know it's going to be quite a long one, and if it's a half an hour video, it can take a couple hours to edit, and it can take a bit of time to upload. But apart from that, so far everything's going quite well. I've had some really good suggestions of videos to do, and I am going to try and do as many of the ones that have been suggested as I can. Well, some of them, why am I finding so many stones in this? That's not a little rock. Oh. Okay. Anyone got any ideas what that could be? This is in clover. Don't usually find things like this in clover compost. Not sure what that could be. Not going in my potatoes, that's what it is. So, number 3. A little dig around. See if we can see anything. No. I think we're just going to have to stick to 12 for now. Let's get some more compost in here. That's number 3 done. Last one. Just about enough, I think. do. Three, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right, well, all that's left for me to do with these now is give them a good watering in. I'll get these back out in the polytunnel first thing in the morning. I'll keep them in here for tonight. Give them a good watering and get them back out in the polytunnel. The cuttings I will be keeping in here. The heated propagator is not on anymore, but I might turn it on just for a few days, just for these cuttings, and I will keep on top of misting them down every couple of hours, just until I see signs of roots growing out of here, and then we'll come and do another update once everything's rooted and everything's getting potted on again. These will be going out into their final positions probably in about 2 weeks. I'll give them 2 or 3 weeks in these pots just to settle in, and we'll get them repotted into their final positions. These probably go out the same time as them, to be honest with you, and the cuttings we'll see, they'll probably get repotted onto slightly larger pots, and I am hoping to get another round of cuttings off these in maybe in 2 weeks time, just before we plant them out. But there's plenty of side shoots and fresh growth coming on these, so I've no doubt we should get a few more out of it, and hopefully all these take. But that is going to be it for this video today, guys. I do apologise for it being a long one, but this is something that I wanted to go over in a bit of detail and just show you what I'm doing. There's been a lot of interest on last year and the previous year's videos on taking cuttings. I've noticed a lot more people attempting it this year. I think me and Steve were probably the first ones that I'd ever seen trying it, and now there are quite a few people doing it, and it is really good to see that people are having success by doing it. So I'm glad that that is something that is getting out there, and all this from a single seed, plus much more to come, and the results are absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched any of the single seed potato challenge videos, there's a good few years worth of it on my channel. Head on over to Steve Digwell's channel, his link will be in the description. He's got a full playlist of everyone that's taken part every year there, and there's some amazing results. And like I said in the beginning of this video, Robert has already got 26 plants, so it's going to be quite the challenge trying to catch up with him, or trying to knock him off his podium, but someone will do it. So I'm going to get these watered and get these bigger ones put back in the polytunnel, and work out which video I'm going to be doing next, and crack on editing this one. So till next time, bye for now.